Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Singularity, Stage 1. Okay, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself, and then I will switch over to Sharpie. So don't worry about if you can't see it right now, this is totally for me. And then I'll switch over and you can see much better. But for right now, I have to get my sketch down, get the look down, and make sure I'm happy with everything before we even think about touching it with Sharpies, you know? And that's really the whole thing, is just sketching until we're happy. And I also got to remember, I've been doing this a lot lately, I have to remember to not draw so dark, because I'm trying to, keep it nice and light, so whenever I ink, you won't see these lines. But lately I've been drawing really dark with this pencil here, and it's supposed to be just a sketch, So it's kind of funny that I get too excited, is really what it is. I'm so excited about doing this and having fun with it that I just want to draw and draw and draw, So let's see, there's her feet. I think I'm happy with the placement and the positioning, like that. Bend it in just a little bit and extend that out. Okay, and move this leg back. Let's see, how about something like here? I also got to make sure that I don't fall. I have to make sure that I do not fall off the page, is what I was trying to say. I got excited and all my words got all jumbled. So yeah, sometimes when I'm drawing this stuff, I get way too excited and I fall off the page. So that's the other part of sketching, is to make sure that I don't fall off. Alright. And for the most part, it's going to be a lot of anatomy, because this suit is, though it's a suit, and there are parts to it, it's pretty skin tight, and so it follows the anatomy of her. So I just got to remember to draw the actual, or know your anatomy is really what I got to do. Alright, and she's also got, let's see, certain straps and stuff like that I want to make sure I put in. But some of it I don't, because now that I'm looking at it, like some of these designs here would be cooler if I just left it alone and did it with color. But I do need to define a few things, so I'm going to have to put some stuff in here, like this shirt, like that. And let's see, I think that'll work for the placement of the pockets and a few things that she does have. Okay, I think I'll be happy with that. So let's draw, let's see. I'm going to draw her chest real fast. Again, she's got like this little batarang look. It's not a batarang. I don't know why I say that, but this makes me think of a bat. Kind of like Batman and his logo, So I think I want to do that in color though, that's what I'm talking about. She's got cool stuff like that, but I can't go overboard and draw everything. Let's see, what can I do with her hand? How about just hanging down? Or maybe just behind her, I know that kind of seems like a cop-out, like, no, I should be drawing something. But sometimes they have their hands behind them, different positioning. I just hate to, again, make it a cop-out, like, no, we should be drawing it, But sometimes, that's what the positioning calls for. So like, let's say this one, how about we do like a fist, like she's holding her hand up defiantly. That's what I say every time, defiantly. I'm very, very big on the strength and power of holding your fist up and showing and saying, look at me, I'm strong. And so, yeah, I think I might do that. Let's try that for this one. It's not like we do this for every drawing. It's not like we try to get out of drawing stuff. But I think it'll fit for this picture. And besides, I'm going to do the other levels of her, like the other stages. So with those, I'll be able to do different positions and moving the arms around and stuff like that. Okay, so this I'm going to have to sketch out just a little bit because, or flesh out a little bit, because I do want to make sure that I capture the look. And I really can't unless I put all these lines in here. I think that'll work. Okay, I think that's good for that. So now I just got to make sure I'm happy with how I have her hair. Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Alright. Okay, so I think I'm going to switch over to Sharpie now. I think I'm happy enough with the sketch that I know where I'm going to go. So it's time to switch over to Sharpies. I'm going to switch to a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. And I'm going to start off with the Sharpie pen because it's actually finer than the fine point. And I can control the thickness a little bit easier with this because this paper tends to bleed. I need to invest in the better paper, but right now I'm just trying to find the products that you can find at home. So this is just regular, this is actually tabloid 11 by 17, so I have more room to draw, but it's just like copy paper. It's nothing different, nothing special, and these are just Sharpies. So I'm trying to work with attainable materials. Okay, so let's work with this one right now, and I'm going to draw her eyelids first, just to make sure I have them where I want them, like they look level. Ooh, this Sharpie is dying. Okay, so that looks about right to me, so I'm going to draw her pupils in the center like that, and then I'm going to try something different. I'm going to draw just the outline. Oof, see, it's already starting to bleed. Like that, of where the color of her eye, the iris, is that right? Is where it's going to be. So now I'm going to try to add just a little bit of makeup, like this, just to accent the top of the eye. This one kind of bled. I'm not very happy with that, but I'm going to go with it and see if I can make it work. Let's see if I can pull this off like that. Bring this in like that. Give her some eyebrows like that. Do another one like that. And I'm going to try to give her just a little bit of, there you go, bridge of a nose, just a hair of a line. And then draw the bottom of her nose like this. Okay, then I'm going to draw her lips. Okay, and there's the part of her mouth. If I can ever get this Sharpie to work. It's a little bit thick, but it is what it is. Okay, and so now I'm going to draw her chin, just so I know where to start. Start and stop points are big with me. That'll give you an idea of where you can go. And so I know that's down the center, and so I'm just going to work with that. And draw the side of her face. And then her hairline like that. And again, I'm kind of going by my sketch. So if you're wondering, like, well, how do you know where that goes? Well, that's what the sketch was for. It told me where everything went. Or I planned on where everything was going to go. Okay, let's see, I'm going to draw a little bit more of her hairline here just to know that I'm on the right track. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit. If you're using a pencil, you don't have to worry about thickening it up. But I'm going to switch over to this pretty soon, and this is so thick, I'm trying to kind of cohesively marry all the looks together, you know? So I want it to look like it's supposed to be together. You'll see what I'm talking about once I start laying those lines down, how thick they are, and how this will stand out if I don't. And sometimes I want it to stand out. Sometimes I like doing the thick and thin. Oops, that one shouldn't be there. I like doing the thick and thin look to get certain looks to it, but not all the time. And that's why I have to be a little careful about what I'm doing here. Okay, so she's got those little wisps of hair that kind of hang out. Let's do the one over here too before I forget. Sharpie, don't fail me. Okay, a little thick like that. And let's see, and then her ears are rounded, but I gotta draw the other side of this hair just to give it that 3D look, so it's not just a line. Okay, let me connect that real fast. And then her ears right here, going behind that. And now I can draw the rest of her hair. And I think I'm going to stick with this Sharpie just for a little bit. Just again, so I can control these lines a little bit better. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to thicken up this outer border. Just a hair. Just a hair, get it? Womp womp. And I know her bun's not that big, but that's just what I accidentally did, so I'm just going to keep going with it. Okay, so I think I'm good with that. I'm happy with where it's going. So I'm going to go ahead and draw her neck real fast. And then I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second, how thick this is. And why I wanted to use the small Sharpie for that. Okay, so now I'm going to continue on with the rest of her suit. And I'm trying to determine what I'm going to do with color and what I'm going to do with the line. So I think I'm going to, on her shoulders, she's got little pads like that. And see how thick this is compared to that? You got to be super careful with these. So I'm going to work on her neck to her shoulders like this. And she's kind of got this arm up. That's why that one's kind of a little bit higher. That was planned. Okay. So I'm going to draw, let's go ahead and draw her arm here. So I'm going to draw her shoulder down to her bicep, to her forearm, and then I'm going to stop right there because that's where her glove is going to start and go back behind her leg here. And so I'm going to go ahead and let's draw her chest like this to her shirt. And so let's go ahead and draw the line so you see what I'm talking about. I'm going to go across like this, and there's a little bit of like another design underneath hanging out, almost like an undershirt. It looks kind of blocky like that. Okay, and we'll continue with the rest of this arm in a second, but I got to draw something else before I get there. So I'm going to draw the rest of her side like this to her chest, and then her breast is right there, and then it's going to have a split like that, hair over like that, and then it'll come down to meet this side. Okay, now there is, like I said, a design right here, but I think I'm going to do that in color. I'm going to leave all that alone and do that in color because it's going to stand out much better if I do. So let's draw her other part of her arm like this to her forearm, and again I'm going to stop right there because that's where her leg's going to be, and that's going to guide us a little bit easier. So this arm's going to be up. Let's go ahead and draw the hand. I'm going to draw a couple knuckles like that and close it off. I'm going to have the thumb here. I'm going to have the first finger up like that, so it's kind of like this. That's kind of what she's doing, okay? But with this hand, I guess. I'm showing you the wrong hand. So she's got gloves on, so we're going to draw that big cuff, and then I can draw her forearm like this to her elbow, the other side like that to the other part of her elbow, and then if I can fit it in, I'm going to draw the shoulder like that. And again, I'm going to worry about all that other rest of it with coloring. Okay, so now I'm going to draw her legs, and she's got little like where the tech of the new armor, you know, as she builds up to the new levels, where that's starting to build up, there's a little bit there. So I'm going to draw a pocket like this, or not a pocket, but I guess a square. The tech, I guess that's the best way I could say it, just the tech of the design. And let's see, this, I probably should have come up a little bit higher. Let's go ahead and just do it like that. Okay, but look how that's giving us edges, and so we don't have to worry about drawing the other part of that. That's why I wanted to draw this part first before we got into that. So let's draw the legs, and the last thing we'll do is we'll come back and finish that. So I'm going to come over to this leg, and she's got a little strap on the leg too. So let's just draw that with a little bump right there. Then we're going to continue all the way down to her foot, because this is one big piece, and so we'll just let it flow continuously. Okay, so we're going to do the leg down, bump it up just a hair, and come back in like that. Then draw to the knee. We're going to draw the outer part of the ankle like that, and we'll go ahead and draw the shoe since we're here. You know, it's going to do like this, come down to a point, come up and do that, and then it's got this look to it that we'll come back in detail in a second, but I'm just gonna, like I said, flow all the way back up. So I'm gonna draw the other part of her ankle to her calf, to the back of her knee, and remember this little bump right here. So I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna just ever so slightly come out like that and draw her thigh, and there's another strap right there, so I'm just gonna draw that part from where her crotch is, and we'll go ahead and draw that strap that's holding it on like that. So see, that's why I wanted that little bump. And let's do the same thing here, but I'm going to show you with thick and thin, my friends, thick and thin, if I could get it to work. Okay, so I'm just going to connect it to where I did that bump with a thin Sharpie. Try to thicken it up just a little bit so it's not too thin, but see how it stands out more thick versus thin. Sorry, I did that backwards, thick versus thin. That's why I like doing stuff like that. Just an inking technique. Now, before we do this leg, let's finish up this hand here. And since it's going back behind her, all we have to do is draw the cuff like that, and then her hand bent in. Booyah! It's hidden behind her. So we just got away with drawing one less thing. It's kind of a cheat, but you know what? This is our drawing. This is how we draw. Let's not worry about anything else. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing we did over here with a little bit of stepping, you know, for the straps, that kind of thing. This one's got two of them here, so just bear with me, okay? So I'm going to bring her thigh down like this, bump for the bumpity bumps. And I'm going to draw the thigh again, bump, and come in and bump one more time because it's got like a cool design to it. You'll see in a second. So we're going to draw her knee, to her shin, to her ankle, to the top of her foot, to the toe, and we're going to do the same thing by going right back. So we're going to go over here, up for where the shoe is, come back to the heel, and then go up to the ankle, back to the calf, and go into the back of the knee. And now remember, it's got some cool stair step in here, so we're just going to kind of do slight, ever so slight little bumps like that. Okay? There we go. Oh, before I uncap this, I want to do the little pack that she has over here. Alright. So now, like I said, I want to draw those straps in ever so slightly. Just like that. Just to accent the look. By using the thinner one, you know? And it does have a line. I'm going to go ahead and draw it like that. So, and there's more here, but I'm going to do that with color. Like I said, there's a couple of cool little things in there, but I think I want to do it with color just because it looks so cool. I kind of want to, you know, honor that, you know? So let's do some of the toe. We're going to come in like this. It's got this cool design. Like that. And this is the tread of her shoe, is basically what it is. And that's what the cool little detail I wanted to add. It's the same thing, I could have done that with color, but I like the way it looks. I want to add it in. So I think that's going to be about it for myself. I'm just going to thicken some of this up just to try to, like I said, marry the look. And this is what I was talking about, how it looks so odd to me sometimes, how some of this stuff is so thick and some of it is so thin that I want to make sure it all works together. So let's take care of the rest with color. So that is Singularity. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.